Hello, everyone, and welcome to Motivation for the Day. So glad to have you with us. Today, we're diving into a topic that's at the very core of personal growth and achievement, pushing your limits daily. What does that even mean? Is it about grinding 24/7 until you burn out? Absolutely not. It's about making a conscious daily decision to step just a little bit outside your comfort zone. It's about finding that sweet spot where comfort ends and growth begins. We all have this invisible bubble around us, our comfort zone. Inside, everything is familiar, safe, and easy. It's where we do things we've always done, think thoughts we've always thought. And while it feels good to be there, let's be honest, nothing truly amazing ever grows in the comfort zone. Real magic, real progress, happens when you dare to poke a finger through that bubble. It's not about shattering your world in one go, but about consistently, gently, stretching its boundaries. Think about it like this. A muscle only gets stronger when it's challenged. If you lift the same 5-pound weight every single day, you'll get really good at lifting 5 pounds, but you'll never get stronger. To build strength, you need to add a little more weight, do one more repetition, hold the pose for one more second. Your life, your skills, your confidence, they all work the same way. The daily push is that extra pound, that extra second. It's the small effort that compounds over time into massive transformation. So how do we start? It begins with a simple mindset shift. Instead of seeing challenges as threats, see them as invitations. An invitation to learn something new, to become a little more resilient, to discover a strength you never knew you had. This shift is crucial because our brains are wired for comfort. It's a survival mechanism. Your brain wants to conserve energy and avoid risk. So, when you try to push your limits, it's going to scream, "Stop, go back. It's safer over here." Your job is to acknowledge that voice, thank it for trying to keep you safe, and then gently say, "I know, but we're doing this anyway." Let's make this practical. Pushing your limits doesn't have to be some monumental, life-altering event every day. It's about the micro challenges. For example, if you're shy, maybe your daily push is making eye contact and smiling at one stranger. Just one. Not having a full conversation, just a smile. The next day, maybe you say, "Good morning." See? It's incremental. If you want to get fit but hate running, maybe your push is just putting on your running shoes and walking to the end of the block. Tomorrow, maybe you walk a little further. The goal isn't to run a marathon on day one. It's to build the habit of showing up and doing just a little bit more than you did yesterday. This principle applies to every area of your life. In your career, instead of just doing your assigned tasks, maybe you volunteer for a small part of a project that scares you a little. Or you could spend 15 minutes a day learning a new skill that's relevant to your field. In your relationships, maybe pushing your limit means having that slightly uncomfortable but necessary conversation you've been avoiding. Or maybe it's being the first one to apologize after a disagreement, even if your ego is fighting you. Each of these small acts stretches your capacity for courage, for learning, and for connection. One of the biggest obstacles we face when trying to push our limits is the fear of failure. What if I try and I mess up? What if people laugh? What if I'm not good enough? Here's a secret. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every successful person you admire has a long list of failures they had to overcome to get where they are. The key is to reframe failure. It's not a verdict on your worth. It's feedback. It's data. When you try something new and it doesn't work out, you haven't failed. You've learned. You've learned what doesn't work, which brings you one step closer to what does. So, embrace the stumbles. Celebrate them as proof that you are trying, that you are in the arena, that you are growing. Another powerful tool for pushing your limits is curiosity. When you approach a challenge with a sense of wonder instead of dread, everything changes. Instead of thinking, "Oh no, I have to give this presentation," try thinking, "I wonder what it would feel like to command the room with my ideas. I wonder what I'll learn about myself in this process." Curiosity transforms an obligation into an adventure. It makes the process of stretching yourself exciting rather than terrifying. So ask yourself, what am I curious about today? What's one thing I can explore that feels both interesting and a little bit daunting? Let's talk about consistency. Pushing your limits once is great, but the real power comes from doing it daily. It's the compound effect in action. One small push might not feel like much, but 365 small pushes? That's a revolution. That's how you look back a year from now and not even recognize the person you used to be. The secret to consistency is making the push manageable. If your goal is too big, you'll burn out. The goal isn't to exhaust yourself, it's to energize yourself with a sense of accomplishment. The feeling of, I did something that was a little hard for me today, is incredibly motivating. It builds momentum. That small win today makes it easier to take on a slightly bigger challenge tomorrow. So I want to leave you with a challenge for today. Just for today, identify one small, tiny thing you can do to step outside your comfort zone. It could be physical, like taking the stairs instead of the elevator. It could be mental, like reading a chapter of a challenging book instead of scrolling on your phone. It could be social, like reaching out to a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Pick one thing. It should feel slightly uncomfortable, but not overwhelming. And then, just do it. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just take that one small step. When you've done it, take a moment to acknowledge yourself. Give yourself credit. Feel that little spark of pride. That's the feeling of growth. That's the feeling of becoming more than you were a moment ago. And that is the engine that will drive you forward. Pushing your limits daily isn't about becoming a superhero overnight. It's about the quiet, consistent, courageous choice to be a little better, a little stronger, and a little more alive than you were yesterday. It's about honoring your potential, one small brave step at a time. You have so much more in you than you think. It's time to let it out. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this sparked something in you. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss your daily dose of motivation. I'd love to hear about your one small push for today, so share it down in the comments below. Let's inspire each other. Until next time, keep pushing, keep growing, and be amazing.